So you've got some plan that you are executing. And I think it's interesting. You see how at her feet she's got all these apples that she's eaten? It's like the universe has been supplying you with nourishment, with abundance. You've been preparing, or you are preparing for something. Maybe for a wish fulfillment. But you're still a little unclear. You're still a little like you're taking action, but almost like you're taking action a little blindly. Because what you don't realize is that your vision is a little tainted. Your vision is a little, I don't know. Like there's something you're still holding on to. And when we look at the energy here, we've got the 3 and the 7 of Swords here. So I don't know if you are the King of Cups or the King of Cups is, I don't know, something that you are doing. You've been granted a wish. Look at the little, you know, it's like the saying of the cat that got the cream, but this is the cat that got the bird. You got some sort of wish. You have been granted a wish. But the way you're looking at this wish is being tainted by experiences that you've been through. Now, for some of you, it's saying, this is a little bit of an echo, at least this card is a little bit of an echo of the reading that we got yesterday, because it was saying that if you are resentful, the world's going to show you more reasons to be resentful. If you are looking for opportunities, the world's going to show you opportunities. So you've manifested something, you've got some sort of dream, some sort of goal. You manifested, you created it, but you may have created from a place of either fear or hurt, pain. That's why you're a little blind, because it's like you're not really, how do I put this? You're not really aware of why you're manifesting what you're manifesting. Let's put it that way. Clarify 2 of Wands. Let's see. The Star, Knight of Pentacles, clarify 2 of Wands. Queen of Cups. Three of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and the Death card. You're holding on to something about your foundation. So it's hard to pinpoint it when I'm reading for a collective, right? Because each person, their foundation, their formative years happen in different environments. But what I can tell you is that it's things that happen during your formative years, you know, your early birth, even before birth, to about 7 years old, I would say. Oh, and we have 7 Pentacles here. So definitely between when you were born or a little bit before birth to 7 years old. Something happened to shape a very, very, how do I put this? It created a, what's the word? Oh my God, there's a specific word for it. Core, there you go. A core belief. It created a core belief for you. And this is what the universe is trying to get you to correct. There's a core belief you're holding on to that is not serving you right now. And that core belief might have been something like, let's say you're trying to manifest a job, right? But during the first formative years of your life, you constantly heard that you'll never have everything you want, or something like that. It's like, it seems simple, which is why you're kind of missing it, because you might be overcomplicating it. You think it's something really complex and it's not. But to get past this, you need to heal. You need to release that. You need to address why you're manifesting from a place of pain, fear, anxiety, expecting betrayal, expecting maybe a specific type of treatment. And I do think you're putting in the work. I do think that, I'm proud of my collective. You guys are doing great. I really think that you are examining your emotions. You are looking at yourself like, what is it that you have a plan? So the apples might represent the fact that you're consuming energy right now, but it's because you are diving deep into yourself. Now we have King, Queen of Cups. So this might have something to do with your parents. Maybe the way that your parents interacted with each other created a core belief about love. Maybe the way that, because we have the Knight of Pentacles here, maybe the way that your parents treated with money created a core belief around abundance. Or maybe you're in for a big change, and the way that your parents were all about, it's all about stability, you freak out with change. There's something like that. Like, it's not as complex as you may feel it to be, but it became a core belief that is now shaping your reality. Clarify Nine of Cups. The Sun, the Lovers, clarify Nine of Cups. Clarify the Nine of Cups, please. Nine of Pentacles. Oh. Okay. The High Priestess, Knight of Swords, Four of Wands. Okay, this has something to do with, look at that, Nine of Swords. This has something to do with home. It has something to do with property. Has something to do with marriage or stability. And you are looking, I'm telling you, you are looking for the answers, but you might be overcomplicating it. I feel like you need to simplify it. You need to simplify it. And if I were you, I would go look at, when you dig into your subconscious, focus on the first 7 years of your life. That's where the answer is. Because look, we've got little baby here. That's where the answer is. Something about love, union. Maybe it's about God, spirituality. But it's affecting, for some of you, it's affecting your abundance. And for others of you, it's affecting relationships. And for others still, it's affecting both. You might be expecting betrayal. Okay, so let's look at different scenarios. Let's say this is financial, right? Maybe your parents were a family that was really well off, and they had somebody who was stealing from them, and it led the family to ruin. And so now you expect that. You are scared of building wealth because you expect betrayal. You expect people to try and take advantage of you and swindle you. Or if it has to do with divinity touching it, maybe you were taught that money, wanting luxury, wanting things like that is greedy, and it's evil, and it's the root of all evil, and blah, blah, blah. And so you hold yourself back because you think money and luxury and wealth are associated with greed and an insatiable desire to conquer the world, or blah, blah, blah. For others of you, maybe your parents might have stayed together, but there was a lot of toxicity between them. So I don't know. Look at that. Examine it. Examine the first 7 years of your life. What impressions, when you meditate and you go back, you ask your subconscious, take me back to those memories. Don't complicate. Write it down and ask yourself, what am I seeing here? Is this a healthy pattern? The patterns I was taught the first 7 years of my life regarding love, regarding communication, regarding money, regarding, stability, are these healthy patterns? And don't go into this place. Look, I'm a shadow worker, okay? One of the things that I've noticed, especially when people first start with shadow work, in the very beginning of it, they tend to want to protect the image that they have of their parents. So they don't want to look at them like they did anything wrong. But here's the dichotomy that comes with shadow work. You can look at someone and acknowledge that maybe they weren't their best self, and also acknowledge that they did the best they could with what they had. That dichotomy can exist, just like with you. When you start healing, you're going to go look at your behavior, and at some point you will be like, ugh, that was not my best self. But you know what? I had to go through that to become my best self. That both things can be true. So don't try and defend your parents' behavior. Just remember, it's not an accusation. You're just looking at, okay, like let's say it's something as simple, for some of you, it's something as simple as, okay, I'm going to share a personal experience. When I was growing up, when I was doing shadow work and I was going through some journaling moments, I remembered that when I was growing up, my parents all the time would tell me that I must have been switched at birth. I must have been switched at birth because out of the entire family, I was so picky. My mom would call it champagne taste, because I didn't know the prices of things. I was a child, right? But it was almost like, she's like, you have a sense for what's expensive. I always wanted the expensive shit. I didn't even know the price. It wasn't about the price. It was like, I like quality. I like high quality. And ever since a child, I liked high quality. So it was like I had a lot of shame and guilt around the fact that I liked high quality. And I had to work through that a lot because, I was raised in a family that was not wealthy. And so they would make me seem like you're too demanding. You want too much. You're high maintenance. Simmer down. And I had to work through that because I don't need to fucking simmer down. I needed to do that to survive my environment. It's not their fault. They really worked their ass off to give me everything that they could. And in fact, that's part of what led to the guilt, because my mom and my dad would save up to buy me things that I wanted because I was such a demanding little thing. So I had to work through seeing myself as demanding and just realizing that I was born with standards. That's just what it is. So that could be something connected to what you're working through. That's what I mean. Like, it could have been something simple. It could have been little comments that were playful even, but with time kind of ate away at the way that you see love, or the way that you see finances, the way that you see both. Clarify, or stability, 7 of Swords. Eight of Cups, clarify 7 of Swords. Ace of Wands, clarify 7 of Swords. Oof, Justice, 10 of Swords. Something else I want to share is the fact that, how the Mary Motives, right, was talking about the why. When I was working through those limiting beliefs concerning, money and abundance and luxury, things like that, I had to really examine my why, because I realized I am not a greedy person. Just because I like luxury, just because I like comfort, I know myself. I know I'm not that person. So when I really looked at my behavior, I realized I'm always the type of person that one of my goals is that when I reach a certain amount of financial abundance, I want to take care of my parents. That's always been one of my goals. In gratitude for all of the really hard work that they put in taking care of me and my siblings. I want to help my siblings. Like, I want to influence and impact the world in a way. And realizing that helped me work through the feelings of guilt and shame I had, because I realized it's not like I'm sitting here just thinking of ways to live off of other people and be a pleasure seeker, because I love pleasure just like the next human, but I take pleasure in things like this. I take genuine pleasure in helping people. So There's something here about that. The Seven of Swords, like you've been self-sabotaging, but when you start examining yourself, you're going to realize that the things that you were taught or the things that have eventually become a blockage aren't really even a part of who you are. So look, again, we get this energy of exam. It's literally the same.